This is the toy channel you've been searching for.
What's going on, Joe fans, and welcome back to the channel. So one of my goals heading into this year was to get to some of these collection update videos that I've been promising you. And first on the list is the G.I. Joe Classified series. Now it has been, I think, almost 10 months since my last update. And in that time, I've picked up almost 40 figures. And unfortunately, I do not have the time to do an unboxing and full review on every figure. Plus, there's numerous channels out there that already do that. So I decided to start a new series that I call G.I. Joe Classified Shorts. I know, it's creative, isn't it? And if you want to see every figure that I picked up since my last update, then go to my channel and you can check out this playlist. And so far, the feedback from everyone has been great. Plus, I've really enjoyed making these. And this is definitely how I'm going to continue to do things moving forward. So when the figure comes in, I'll throw up a quick video so you can see it, and then I'll add it to my collection, instead of spending like a solid week unboxing all of these. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look. In my original classified video, I only had the 2 shelves of figures, and now it's doubled to 4. And this was the area that I used as my background when I was doing my YouTube videos. So if you've noticed, missing is now the Mega Construx Castle Grayskull. I had to move all that stuff out of here to make room. On the bottom shelf, we have the Cobra vehicles and a lot of the Cobra Army and troop building figures. Starting with the Stinger, which I did do an unboxing and review of. Absolutely love this vehicle. Think they did a fantastic job, and it was one of my favorite vehicles as a kid. On the back, we have a Crimson Viper. And we have a Techno Viper. We have the newer Iron Grenadiers and the Grenadier Bat. And I did pass on Metalhead. Not a fan of that figure. Be curious to see what other figures they release. Hopefully we get a Destro. There's the Twilight Guard, which is part of that 2-pack. Then in the front, we have the Cobra Officer and a lot of Cobra Troopers and a Bat. I'd love to have the Ferret on the shelf, but I missed out on it originally, and I've not been able to find it at a reasonable price. There we have Raptor. We have the Televiper with the Flight Pod. And I do have Scrap Iron down here. I think he looks really good with his missile launcher next to the HMS, which is another vehicle I did an unboxing review of. I think they did a great job with that as well. And although I missed out on the Hiss, and I don't know if I'll ever pay the price that it's demanding, I did pick up the Hiss Fire Team. The next shelf is a continuation of Cobra, a lot of the main characters, starting with the Crimson Twins, Tomax and Zaymont. Then you've got Zartan with his brother and sister, Xandar and Zarana, and the rest of the Dreadnoks, at least the ones that I like. And honestly, I passed on Road Pig and Naugahyde. I think they are horrible looking figures and way overpriced. I'm hoping we at least get Monkey Wrench, and Hasbro decides to release the Thunder Machine with Thrasher. Then you have Serpentor, and I wasn't collecting Classified when this first came out. I'm glad I waited, because I finally got this one at the Great Ohio Show for $100, and he had been going for well over $200. Then you've got Once a Man Cobra Commander, which is another awesome figure. Then we have Nemesis Enforcer, or Nemesis Immortal, as he's been renamed. And I'm pretty sure we'll get the rest of the Cobra Law team eventually, to include Globulus. Then we've got Crocmaster with Big Boa. Then in the front we've got Cobra Commander, Destro, and the Baroness. And I'm still waiting for a good version of Major Blood. I heard he was supposed to be released on the retro card a while ago, but Hasbro, being the geniuses they are, canceled it. And you've got Storm Shadow with Firefly. And then in the back, I have another Techno Viper, the Cobra Eel, and Snow Serpent. Next is some of the sub-teams, which I'm a huge fan of. Starting with the Python Patrol. And they've already released more figures for the Classified series than what we got with the Vintage Joe line, which I thought was pretty cool. Then you have the Steel Corps Commander, along with the 2 Steel Corps Troopers. Then we move on to Night Force, and I definitely feel that Hasbro needs to step up their game and start releasing more of these figures. So there you have Coral, along with Falcon, and the much better head sculpt. I threw the first release of Stalker in there as a fill-in, along with Big Ben, Shockwave, Tunnel Rat, and even included the Snake Eyes Origin Scarlet with them. And last we have the Slaughter's Marauders, or the Mad Marauders. And compared to the Vintage Joe line, there's only 2 figures that we are currently missing, and that's Mutt with Junkyard and Footloose. Continuing with the sub-teams, we have Tiger Force. So there's Roadblock. I was finally able to track down a Wreckage and Tiger Paw off Target's website, 9 months later. Never found that one in store. And we have Tripwire, Duke, Bazooka, Dusty. Then in the back we have Outback, Flint, and Rakondo. And I'll be curious to see if they release any more of the European Tiger Force figures to include like Hit and Run, Blizzard, Tunnel Rat. Plus we still need Lifeline. Then some of the main Joe characters. There's Jinx, Quick Kick, Beachhead, General Hawk, that ugly ass version of Falcon, Outback, Lowlight, Alpine, Shipwreck, Flint, Lady J, Sergeant Slaughter, Leatherneck. There's Grunt, still waiting on the rest of the 82 Joes to include Flash, Short Fuse, Zap. There's Gung Ho, Airborne, Rakondo, Torpedo, Snow Job, and then last in the front we've got Starduster, Stalker, Duke, and Scarlet. And I currently don't own any Snake Eyes figures, even though they've made like 12. I'm waiting for the retro card version, and on eBay is about $120 right now, and I'm not paying that price. And last we have Doc and Mutt with Junkyard. I figured this would be a good time to do the update because it seems like there's a break in the figures being released. And most of the figures that I had on pre-order have already come in, including the most recent Xandar and Leatherneck. And although I passed on the Dragonfly, I did order the Rattler, and I will definitely be doing an unboxing and review as soon as that comes in. It's like I said before, I'm not collecting every figure. As a Vintage Joe guy, I'm trying to stick to those that were released in that 82 to 87, maybe 88 time frame, with some exceptions. And that's why I've passed on numerous figures, including Metalhead, Naugahyde, Road Pig, and Heavy Duty, just to name a few. And honestly, I would probably only collect the retro card releases if I knew that Hasbro would do every figure that way. But as collectors, they've got us by the balls, and they know it. And they're going to continue releasing the same figure multiple times because that's just more money in their pocket. And that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the update. If so, please give it a thumbs up. And let me know in the comments. Are you collecting every figure or just choosing certain ones? And what is the #1 figure that you're looking forward to being released next? If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.